When you're falling, I'll be there above all.
Dr. Shen brought this up to me. He's going to take a bit of paper off the top of his desk saying, you need some burn teams to go out to different locations across the city. Can you tell me about that?
That's right. I think the plan we just enacted a little bit earlier went perfectly. I think as long as we are using the methods that he detailed, I described them to him, he wrote them down. Very nice guy. I think maybe we could try to flush out a good portion of the flesh before its plan enacts, and maybe buy some extra time. Whatever this 0.4% of their plan that doesn't go properly, maybe we can keep people alive. That's kind of my hope.
Sounds solid. I'll stamp it. And he actually does literally stamp it. And kind of files it into the outs of his desk.
So, and I guess for as far as how we're going to cooperate and what we're going to do to try to keep Phase 2 from happening and turning everyone into perfect flat robots, I guess I basically trust you on that.
Yeah, I'll see if I can beat some sense into them if it comes to that.
Maybe Dex has something nice and cool to hand out to everyone.
And we'll see. He's always tinkering on something in there.
Oh. I guess one last thought. The rocket hasn't launched yet, I heard.
No, but it is very close to completion. Only a day or two, I think.
Yes. I almost want to recommend delaying it.
And why is that?
Because if all else fails, if every single plan goes absolutely bankrupt, at least we could throw Primus at it.
No.
Maybe there'll only be Primus left.
No.
At least humanity could live through one Primus.
I don't think there's much humanity in that Primus thing. He's going to space. There's nothing you can do to stop that. Killed 15 of my best men for no reason at all. I'm not going to let that freak out.
I entirely understand, but if it doesn't launch before this happens, and he never leaves, there might not be another chance. So, always good to remember to use all the assets you can. Firebrand says, like, increasingly anxious at the thought of, like, using Primus. Partial cheers from the grave.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Unless we get some exceptional circumstances, the plan's not going to change regarding Primus.
Right. Oh, and I was serious about the Corgi.
All right. We'll ensure that it has a deep bunk in the base.
Lucius definitely seems like he can handle it, but give him all the support you can.
Sure.
Love it.
We'll work with that. All right. Is there anything else?
Ooh. Well, if I can sort my brain out and think of anything else, I'll definitely come by, but hey, maybe you want to go drinking tonight if nothing terrible happens.
He's just gonna suck some air through his teeth. He's gonna be like, "Hey, you kind of dumped a lot on my plate. Not gonna lie, Firebrand. I hope you'll excuse me for not tagging along."
Tell you what, I'll come by and I'll bring you a drink then.
Thanks.
Thanks, Carrera. At least someone's gonna do all the dirty work.
Yep.
Oof.
I remember when I had a secretary. That was some good stuff. Budget cuts, replacing equipment that gets smashed. He's just gonna start like muttering to himself as he writes.
I hear Scrap's actually pretty good at doing that.
Well, yes, he's good at doing it. He's not good at replacing it. All right, now get out of here. Save some people. Vanish.
All right, going out. Yep, that's Firebrand's plan right now.
All right, Arc Flash. What are you doing at this time?
I can't think of anything particularly monumental. he's starting to feel rather overwhelmed about this whole thing. It's like this is getting way over his head. He was really only interested in getting some revenge against Children of Liberty and Ordris, and now we got gods wanting to take over. It's a little existential crisis of sorts, I guess.
Make a will check.
And I just increased my will, yay.
Nice.
Hey, at least it gave me a 10 instead of 8 it would have been.
True. All right, so you're kind of thinking it's like, oh god, it's happening. This is for real. Oh fuck, oh god. And he got started having like a mini panic attack in the hallway. It's kind of you kind of brought out of it by the sight of Lucius coming around the corner in his like crinkling jogging suit with the dog on a leash. Whoa! Look at little green around the gills there. Hey.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat the continuing existence of humanity in the next couple of months.
That's what I call the Trojan sweats. Yeah, you'll get used to it.
Fighting two massive armies and backed up with, I guess, godlike creatures, and it's just kind of us.
Hey, you don't gotta think about that. He's kind of grabbing your shoulder. Listen, that can get overwhelming, but remember, you could think about it that way. All you alone against the world, or you can think about you, your friends, the men beside you and behind you, and you can just think of the one person at a time. That's how I get through it.
Yeah. I just hope the one person at a time is enough, you know?
Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see.
Thanks. How's your new pet doing?
Oh, dog. He's gonna like look down. It's like, haven't named them yet, but I've been mulling over the options. No, Heracles seems pretty appropriate. I think this guy's a champ. Kept up with me whole run. That's surprising. He like leans into you. He's got little legs.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised in that. He doesn't even seem to be panting all that hard.
No. He's a champ.
Yeah.
Champ. Well, anyway, I got lunch to make. See you around.
Yeah, thanks, Lucius.
And he's going to head off. Actually, he's going to rustle off with his jogging suit. Okay. So, Scrap, you've arrived back on base.
Pop off the helicopter and immediately go down to Laura's bit.
Okay, so he opens the door to the workshop and immediately disturbs the warding glyph you were casting on the room, Axiom.
Oh.
Like, it's not catastrophic, but this was taking you a long time.
Well, what do I see on the way in?
You just see like the doorway, and you'd see Axiom by the corner, like probably writing something on the wall. And Axiom, what do you do when he like disturbs this thing you've been working on for the past like 2 hours?
I'm going, whoa, buddy. Hey, listen, what the hell are you doing? Get the fuck out of the room right now. We're working.
Crap will look over at Axiom and then look back at Laura. And he goes, him?
What, you expect me to pull another wizard on my ass?
Wasn't that the whole plan of us fighting all those wizards? To get all your wizard friends?
Yeah, well, that didn't really turn out since you turned a lot of them into fucking ground beef when you went over there.
Did one.
Yeah, one. One Oro warder. Wow. That's such a small deal.
Hey, listen, the two of you are disrupting the magical aura of the room. If you want this damn thing repaired, you need to turn your ass around, walk out the room right now.
That's not how this works. Scrap's gonna point over, Axiom, he goes, "You're not going to stop me. I had assumed that you were bleeding hard as well as Firebrand. I don't know how you guys feel about using these absolutely delightful weapons of destruction on things that you just shook hands with." He's gonna look over at Laura. He goes, "Where is it?"
I go, we can have a discussion about that later. Do you want it fixed or not?
Not anymore. And he's going to look over at Laura.
Whoa,
He goes,
whoa,
"Where is
whoa,
it?"
whoa. This is not a dictatorship. I know you brought this thing in, but this is not something that just one person should have control over. This
So
is
who should have control over it?
the group, not you, not me, not Firebrand.
Scrap's gonna lower himself down. He goes, "Where's the sword?"
I look over to Laura. I go, give it to him. I'm assuming she understands the fake one.
Yes, but
Nod, wink, wink.
she's gonna have a big think, and she's gonna say, "I'm not gonna give it to you."
Scrap's gonna lean back for a second. And the sword itself, when it was on, put out a sort of vibe.
Yes.
But when it's off, it doesn't put out anything, does it?
No.
And just taking a look around, I can't possibly see it anywhere just lying on a shelf.
It is actually you can see it kind of behind Laura a little ways on a table surrounded by a pile of books and what looks like a ring of salt around it.
Scrap's just gonna stand up and start. I don't require your help to grab it. He's gonna just walk. He's gonna and teleport over there and reach for it.
All right, make a insight check.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's not the real one. She's gonna.
He's going to reach over and pick it up, and then just kind of apply just a little bit of pressure to it. And does it? I punched the original one, and it took a lot to get it to crack. Like, does this one kind of have that same kind of?
No, this one
probably
breaks pretty
snaps
easily.
the styrofoam, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, it is.
Styrofoam.
It is
And
actually
kind of-
like scrap wood.
Just crumbles in his hand. He goes, "So this is how we're doing this?"
Depends on what you plan on doing.
Well, I'm solving the problem.
Scrap. At this point, you are the problem.
At this point, I'm the only one who understands the true problem. This is worthless. Fine. Have it and then stash it away as you guys have had for who knows how long. I mean, problems you could have solved with it.
Yes, I'm sure we should have stabbed many more people.
Yes, we should have. Why is that such a hard thing to understand? Never mind. I'm not going to justify anything because I don't need to. I have work to do. If you'll excuse me, since you will not help, I will leave now. Go ahead and continue your crayon drawings, Axiom, and he's going to leave.
And as he leaves, he kind of goes out the door, walks in the hallway. Laura's just gonna kind of look down, shake her, and just go, "Fucking bitch." He's gonna take the handle out of her pocket, kind of twirl it around her fingers a little bit while looking at it.
I look over to her. I told you should have used a Furzy's theorem.
Shut up! Everyone knows Colonies is better. And we're going to cut away from that. Shit! Who we got?
I could meet Arc Flash just losing himself in the
Yes.
Yeah.
hallway.
See who he stumbles onto next.
Yes, Arc Flash is in the hallway. Lucius has just left after giving you kind of weird pseudo pep talk.
Yeah, which helped a little bit.
Yeah. And now Scrap, I assume, is walking around in a huff.
Would he see Arc Flash just on the ground?
Yeah, I see him. He's like, I see he's like leaning heavily on a water fountain or something, maybe like splashing
Yeah.
his face.
Well, actually,
about
it
the
would make
water
it more fun.
fountain?
He looks like
Hmm.
he looks like he's thinking about
He
splashing his
wants
face,
to, but he's like, that's
but he
bad.
doesn't because he's not quite controlling the electricity. So he's like little sparks are going around him. He's like, if I do this, this is going to burn.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the full-on obvious, you know, don't touch me, you're going to get fried, like in the middle of combat. There's this arc that goes around him every once in a while, so it's obvious he's obviously not in full control of himself.
So I do have one more question. You said there isn't the ambient outsider stuff is actually pretty above what it usually is, right?
Yes, it is.
Scrap's going to walk up to Arc Flash, just staring intently at a water fountain. And he's going to kind of yank him back a smidge. He's gonna spin him around and grab him by the shoulders. And he's going to kind of stare at him for a second. He goes, we're going to do, not you and me, but just we're going to do something that will probably be a bad idea. But I want you to know, and he's going, the two claws on the back are kind of twitch. And like
Ooh,
one
I
of
don't
them's
like
just
that.
one of them's just gonna kind of try and I'll try and reach out and grab a hold of him with it. And let's see if he does anything or if he's too fucking distraught to move. Wait. Oh, Arc Flash, you do anything? Or would you? This is more of a consent sort of deal, as bad as that sounds.
Do you consent?
Do you consent?
When he sees that thing moving, it's like there's an obvious nervousness, but he kind of trusts you. So he wouldn't. You'd feel like a little bit of a tension under your hands, but not a pulling away. He's seen those things are weird, and he's also seen what they can do. So
the left arm is gonna kind of just like there's no good way to see it. These things do not move gracefully. It's kind of like gonna wrench itself out and kind of not grip but grab the top of your head real fast. And you would feel the low, constant, droning, ambient something that's just always beneath your periphery.
Yeah, like for you who's not used to that kind of feeling, it would
Yeah.
probably actually manifest as some sort of like drone that is
Yeah.
just constant at maybe like a conversational volume.
like cicadas, you know,
Yeah.
loud and
God,
annoying,
yeah.
and
That's a
Yeah.
good comparison, actually. Damn.
It's like
but at the
cicadas.
same time you feel it more than just hear it. It's
Yeah.
like all
It's
over
in-
the skin.
It's in your teeth.
Yeah.
That's Scraps. He's just gonna look at you in the eyes. And goes, I have to stop this.
I understand,
I want
but
to let someone know where I'll be, and then he's just gonna let him go. Like his hands are fucking shaking. Everything's done, and he's up and out.
no, you can't. Scrap, come on, and I'm after him.
Scrap
Look,
is,
look. What can we do? It's like flea bites against a bear or something. You know?
then you just have to kill the bear. You don't have to break off every finger. You just need to destroy the head.
But how?
I can find them. I'm going to find them. I'm going to find them and crack them apart.
Look, you can't go alone. Look, I'll go with you.
No.
I'll watch your back.
No. You can't go where I'm gonna go.
Oh no.
You saw what happened to Firebrand when the Popup exploded.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
I
see
did.
what happened to me when I was in the same room?
You were immune to it.
I was completely immune. No,
Look,
I'm going
I've got
to find-
respirators.
That doesn't matter. Just stop. I want someone to know that if they find something that's not me when you come to find me, that it's because I did this. And he's just don't stay here and go with Firebrand's plan. do what he wants you to do. And if you can, and he's going to turn around, he's going to look him dead in the eyes. He's going to go, take the sword and use it on everything.
I can't, obviously, I can't stop you, but do what you have to, man. I'm just, this is just what so much more than I thought I was going to get into when I got here, and we're trying. That's all I can say is we're trying, you know?
We're not good with this emotional stuff. Please, if you have to talk to, explain your situation to Carrere, I'm sure he'll be willing to give you some drugs or something.
Oh my god.
I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about everybody. We're all trying. We don't understand it the same way you do, and we're... Look, if this is what you got to do, this is what you do. I mean, obviously, I can't stop you. What I'm going to do, try and grab you and hold you? Just give me a list of addresses or something, you know? Check in regularly.
So, but he's still walking down towards the main exit.
And
But
I'm
he's
walking
you know,
beside
your community pace, yeah.
Oh.
So he's like, he kind of flicks his right hand a bit. And he goes, like, we have all your information. If we really require your help, if we require anyone's help, we'll contact you, I suppose. But yeah,
Let us... Look, more
No.
than that, man.
Mm-mm.
Every nest you find, even if you're not going to call in for help, you say, "Hey, I'm here." Okay? You're still moving, and we haven't lost.
All right.
All
Let's do
right?
one thing here real fast. 1 second. Sure.
All right, make an insight.
Don't worry about it. It's horrible.
All right, you
Yeah,
believe
were we
him.
both rolling? Yeah, we were both rolling blind on that one. We both had zeros attached to the things.
Yep.
All right, so you believe him.
Yep.
And as we get closer to the exit, Scrap's just going to, going to turn around and be like, don't believe anything that they wish to tell you. Not they, and he points to the general task. But his little back arm's going to twitch, go upwards a bit. He's going to go, they. And then he's gone.
And by the time he leaves, like, honestly, I'm not sure who to believe anymore anyways. All
Like
right.
clutches the head. Who do I believe?
So
Just
that
has
means
another
immediately,
breakdown.
nope. Immediately, I'm looking for Firebrand.
Trust no one.
Not even
All right.
myself.
All right, so you can find Firebrand leaving his meeting with Carrere.
Firebrand literally like stopping, taking like a big breath to relax, then looks over to Arc Flash, and then like puts on like an entire face of, "Oh, I'm happy to see you." Like, hey, how's it going, Arc Flash?
You know, I would really love to see the contrived floor plan movements of everybody in this part.
In the defense of this, Arc
He
Flash
had, like,
can
a
move very fast.
Yes.
This is abstract space. It can be anywhere we want.
Yeah. Honestly.
How's
Okay.
it going,
These are
Arc
just kind
Flash?
of like a generic.
Scrap's going to do something stupid.
Oh, what is he gonna do? Like, go out and hit up a whole bunch of nexuses or something?
Yeah, and I think
Alright.
he's not 100% certain how successful he's going to be, because he specifically said that if we ever find something that looks like him and is not him, to destroy it. So
He'd probably be happy to know that the task is already about to head out to do that. I just gave them some instructions. They're
I-
loading up like right now.
I don't know. He was pretty upset about something, and Jesus, this thing is getting big.
He would be. He's sort of not being patient, and I can understand. I remember the first time I thought the world was ending. I was not happy.
Okay, so I at least made him promise to send regular updates. You know,
Oh, that's
so
good.
we could, even if he's not calling for help, we can at least have an idea of where he's at.
Well, he doesn't move very fast. I'm sure you could, like, go catch up with him.
But it's like he pointed out, I can't go where he's going. Otherwise, I'll end up a soup like you did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I should look into, like, getting a mask or something.
I
Huh,
mean,
that's another
I
thing.
got respirators and such, but they're only so good, right?
Yeah, exactly. I gotta think of that too. The list keeps going longer. So many things, so many pieces in place now. Ah,
So
losing
many
track of it.
bits.
So you're not worried about Scrap going off?
Oh,
I mean,
this
on
Scrap's
him
fine.
long.
Scrap can handle himself, I'm sure. He just like waves it off a little bit. Not like he'd
All
do
right.
anything reckless. He says with like a little bit of a bite of his lip.
I thought that's was everything he was known for. Was doing
Oh
reckless
no,
stuff.
no, he's totally a stable and reliable 16-year-old kid.
Said no one ever about any 16-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've known him longer. I really only known him for a couple of weeks, and then following him in the news. So if you say he was okay, I'll take your word for it. He did this weird. Put his that one of those weird hands on my head, and it just kind of shudders. That was sound and sensation,
Oh
taste.
yeah, he did that earlier too to me. It's like aura field sharing. It's like it's a thing. I got a book at it back home. I could get that for you if you want sometime. It's really a fun read.
Maybe later. I think we got enough things on our plate right now.
Oh, I mean, at least it'll help pass the time, right?
Uh, again, maybe later. I don't think this whole magic thing is for me, even with the weird crap I do these days.
You'll be fine. You're basically a whole god of lightning here. You got that whole thing going on. You'll be great. Everything will turn out fine. Firebrand just like totally does the thing where he just puts his hand on your shoulder, tries to be reassuring.
Just out of curiosity, let's see if I can get a decent. Are you starting to crack under the pressure?
Let's find out. I'll just like roll straight
that's
first.
a player asking, not character.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Firebrand's totally
straight up-
slowly cracking here.
Yeah, he's
Straight up asking.
This isn't like the age-old, like, yeah, I got my army, and then their army's over there, and then we're just gonna run at each other, and then, someone wins. Like, no, there's millions of people's lives at stake here. Maybe billions.
This is Switzerland in the middle of World War II. Just like, okay, we're good. Just everyone's
Mountains
down
are
their own
fine.
side.
More bunkers, everyone.
Oh boy.
Don't try and
No
attack us. We have your gold.
No pressure.
I look at Firebrand's face, just get this little half smile, and like, we're totally fucked, aren't we?
I wouldn't say that. But, contingencies are a good thing for anyone to look into. But, but I know that you will succeed at this. You got every tool you need. Right here.
All right, so what's next? I mean, we just waiting for this plan to be enacted, or is there anything active we can do?
Well, I know Scrap has fidgety feet right now, and that's why he's going out. I don't know, actually. Firebrand says just giving up the game a little bit and shrugging.
Damn.
I was thinking of maybe a drink, maybe a nap. Then, the tension's kind of killing me here, But I know if you go in unrested, it's not gonna go.
Yeah, so I guess it's waiting game. All right. Well, you got my number. If you need me for anything, I guess I'll go do something.
All right. Firebrand like starts heading over to like his room. Sand blows out, so does a little bit of heat. Probably starts setting up like a giant like miniatures table of like the city.
Okay. And Scrap, you're hitting this.
I'm hitting this.
Make a.
Actually, I was wondering if we're doing the thing that I think we're doing. I was wondering if we used my tracking ability on my senses.
Actually, first make an investigation, then use your
Fine.
track.
Okay. I don't know if that's what you're doing it for. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it for a different thing. Okay. So, as you're kind of thinking around, it's like, I could probably just sense my way. A board. Interesting headline.
Like a
It's
billboard?
taught. Well, like a news board.
Oh,
It's saying that the Breachtown Scouts at the wall of the Northern Glow have recently been seeing movement and activity a couple of kilometers away from the city at an old military base. Some strange sightings have been seen. You got
well.
that information as well.
Let's see here. It's Scrapkin. I'm just doing up the north. You said near the breach,
Yeah.
and they said there's some strange things going at the military base. Well, let's start heading north. But
Okay.
what time of day is it? Ballpark.
That's maybe like 2 p.m.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, there's people probably seen weirder things in public transportation.
Yeah, probably.
So the entire time, his body just kind of like twitching the whole way up.
Jeez.
Everything
Like
is going to
a,
shit.
like a large number of people just avoid you, but a couple people come up and like, "Whoa, dude, the cybernetics look so real." And
It's like that's Hong Kong all over again.
yeah.
Was it Hong Kong or Beijing?
Hong Kong.
Okay.
And mostly people don't bother you too much. Everyone else, you're just kind of doing downtime or working on this sword. As you head up there, it gets a bit colder. The elevation gets a bit higher, and there actually is like snow on the ground at this point. As you get off near Breachtown, you can see the huge slash in the wall where it has kind of collapsed inwards on itself, and they've built a town around it. It kind of goes outside the wall just a little bit.
I'm gonna start. Well, let's see. I'll get off the subway or whatever the hell I'm riding,
Hmm.
and I'd probably go around because I saw the board, so it's obviously public news.
Yes.
And I'll start asking, not everyone, because not everyone will know what I'm talking about, but the people who look like they've seen some shit. The old people, obviously, they would like to gossip all day. That's all I have to do.
Yeah.
The older set. And I'm
Yeah, what do you want, boy?
What do you know about the military base outside of the breach?
Bro, military base, well, it's been debated for quite some time. My old pa used to work out there before they brought everybody back inside the walls, Used to be you could have enclaves out there whenever you damn well wanted, but it looks like that not be like that no more.
Okay. What do you know anything about the recent what are they called? Recent appearances. They said I heard some news about some strange things.
Oh yeah, they saw some weird men out there. They didn't come from our way. People say they come from the glow, from that direction. It's been real odd, but they've been moving stuff around in there, like crates and stuff.
Wait a minute? Strange people?
Well, I don't know if the people were strange, but their situation definitely was. Don't know anybody settlement down the glow.
Do you Scrap's gonna like look up in the sky for about 2 seconds and then twitch a second. And, do you know anything about, well, what they look like?
Are you mocking me, boy?
No,
I'll
got-
kick your
I-
fucking ass.
I got used to living in a city. This is proper talk.
Make a deception.
Yeah, that's not gonna be good. But if anything, an old man thinks I'm yelling at him, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, this man knows nothing, so he's probably gonna start screaming at me now.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, oh, you son of a bitch, ain't got no respect. Ain't got no respect for a breach town. Yeah, you run back down where you came.
Start heading towards the breach. Just I'll walk my way out.
Bitch ass.
He's going. Scrap does say one thing. He's like, "You're going to die soon. Good luck."
You think that scares me, motherfucker? I've been dying since I've been 30 years old.
Oh fuck, that's sad.
And he spits on the ground.
That's great. Good job for you, old man.
All right. So you're heading through the streets of the breach. Maybe it takes you like 10 minutes to walk the thickness of the wall. And you've come out on the other side. There's like a small retaining wall that they've built. It's nowhere near as large as the other one, and you have a couple people patrolling the tops.
Well, they know of a task probably.
You can flash some ID if you.
I don't care what they think. I'm going the other side.
Okay.
I'm making a break for that military base.
Yeah.
There's something going on out there, and if it's like going like everyone else at tasks, so if I'm really in trouble, they can go at the speed of sound, and they'll get there within plenty of time if I really need their help.
Yeah.
But it's going to take some time. It's a good thing I'm not affected by environmental effects.
Yes.
Otherwise, I freeze to death.
So it's gonna take some time. Everyone else, you're kind of fixed everything. The two people working on the sword, you guys have made a lot of progress. It's been a couple of days now at this point. Maybe like 2 days. You made a lot of progress on this thing. You're very close to finishing it. Firebrand, you've been accompanying burn teams burning out nests. Things have
Yep.
been going pretty uneventfully. Every once in a while you stumble across an adherent burn team. Do you guys just kind of go your separate ways when you interact?
Yeah, I think generally we're after the exact same sort of task at the moment, so it's
Yeah.
fine for them to burn things.
So you've been
And-
working through that.
Yeah.
I assume you're getting a bit of downtime. Arc Flash, what have you been doing in this time?
I think I'll take this time to say he's been doing some training as an excuse for a slight expansion of his abilities.
Nice.
So
All right.
he's learned how to ramp up the power into some of his attacks, so now it counts as a multi-attack.
Nice. And you also know that Scrap has not yet contacted you. You don't know if he hasn't found a place yet, or if he just isn't. But
Just isn't.
just
It
isn't.
has been a little while, and I assume Kerr probably keeps track of this. Firebrand
Yeah.
might just like check on Kerr and say like, "Hey, what's the status?" or send the update to my pad or something.
All right. He actually says he can't find him on the scopes right now, and that's
Huh.
kind of concerning. I
Guess
wouldn't put it
maybe
past
he
him.
was
He
down-
dug the damn thing out.
Oh, that's unlikely. I'd guess he probably just like maybe went out of range. That's
Hmm.
it.
Could be pretty far underground as well. That's another possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
That's what I was
yeah.
planning on.
Hopefully it'll come back soon. And
He'll be fine.
yeah, in the meantime, Scrap, after walking for a day or like a day and a half through this wasteland, we're actually going to switch over to the other side. Things getting close to the northern glow are quite. So you walk through this terrain once more. Does this have the shit on it? It does.
It's been so long.
Yeah, so you walk through.
Over there, still yelling at God.
Yes.
Arsenal's still staring out into the distance. Ah, it's his ghost.
All right, so you pass through an area like that for a little while, but then when you get closer to the northern glow, it's a different type of terrain.
A different type of
Yeah.
terrain. Oh, ooh.
And the air is kind of thick and dark. There's not a lot of direct sunlight. And you kind of finally crest the hill, and through the broken trees, you can see this what looks like the military base. And even from this distance, you can see there's small forms moving around between the buildings.
Now, during my trip out here, I would have had the ambient from the city would have been slowly fading away.
Yeah.
But would there have been something else rising up to meet it?
Yes. Whereas the other one was like an ambient kind of buzz from many sources. This one's like a pulsing throb.
Does it feel familiar at all?
It does.
Oh, how familiar does it feel?
It's
Robotic?
barbecue time. Nope.
Barbecue time?
It's meat time.
Oh. I will check the bars on my phone.
It's very low.
I will say, I mean, if there's still like one, it'll take a bit and I might have to keep trying. But I will send Arc Flash a very short message to keep it terse. And it'll say, let's see here. Glow military. And then let's see, glow military. Yeah, they'll figure it out. And I'll just say I'll send that, and I'll sit there and make sure it gets sent. Notice I don't get like the failed to send kind of deal.
Well, now that you mention it, as you're kind of sitting on the on this ashy hill, trying to getting your kind of trying to coax that one bar out of your phone, you can see way in the distance, coming out of this kind of ashy fog, you can see the pylons, the row of pylons stretching across the horizon. And when you see them, you get another familiar feeling.
Oh, this isn't good.
Yeah. And you can kind of look between them and your phone. You can kind of put the puzzle pieces together. They're kind of the reason why it's difficult to communicate.
But
Uh,
how's the message? Is the message getting sent or is it getting blocked now?
the message is not going through. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it should, but
It's just not.
it's just not. Like you have the bar, but it's just not going through. It's not even saying
You
that.
see that sending message underneath going on way too much, way longer than it should, and you realize it's not going to go through. But it hasn't told you.
Well, if there's a military base, that means there must be a radio in there, and I'm not walking back. It'll take too long. So, as quietly, there's some things that require not bursting in, and since I don't have a squad of super soldiers at my back, this would require a time to be very quiet.
Okay.
I'm gonna work my way as close as I can to that military base. Staying high and low, no middle grounds.
Okay. So you can catch the military base without too much trouble. Most of the walls have been either crumbled away or been knocked down. And you can hear like slow, heavy footsteps coming from inside, as well as some stuff like shifting. If you want to get closer, make a stealth check.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I have a shit ton of points in stealth. God damn it! I never use this. I rolled a 5. Really?
Oh dear. These guys' perceptions aren't great.
They are made of meat.
Meat
But
boy.
that hasn't stopped them before.
Nope. Haven't stopped them from rolling well before.
Oh, it's like, oh, it's just a dude. Oh, he killed you. Who wins on a tie?
The aggressor. So
Fuck.
they count as the defender in that. So you actually match
By
it
the
and win.
slightest of margins.
Yes. So you can sneak through. You look around the corner, and it looks like these actually look like army guys. Like they're wearing the they're still kind of at a distance, but they're wearing like the army armor. They're walking on 2 legs. They ain't got any extra tentacles and shit. They're just kind of moving crates around.
But they do feel like it 100%.
Yeah, it looks like that way.
Oh, that's fucked up. And is there power on in this building at all?
No.
Fuck.
What you can tell though is it looks like they're moving stuff from various buildings to one central storage area.
Well, I mean, in for a penny. Let's just let's get out of here and then start heading towards that main central storage area.
Okay,
That's a terrible idea.
as you go past, make a perception check as you like kind of pass by the front of these army guys. Okay, once you get to the front and you get closer, you can definitely tell these aren't regular. I'm gonna get the image of them now. They're moving in an almost normal gait, but once you get around to the front, it's imperfect because this is what they look like.
Yeah, they that don't look right.
Yeah, no. Like from the back, it looks like it'll work, and compared to the other fleshes, it's convincing. But
From far away, or go and go, is that a person? It looks
yeah.
like a person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if I can't either sneak into the central storage area or peek in through a faded window or broken window or something.
Okay. So
God, I'm gonna die here. This is a terrible idea.
So you come up to this warehouse, and you they're all moving through the main. They're all moving through the main doorway, but you manage to just like come around to a kind of side window, and you could peek in. The floor to this room is completely gone. It looks like it has collapsed inwards in a sinkhole. And at the bottom, you can see that there's bits of masonry and floor interwoven with flesh. And as they kind of come through the door, they throw the boxes down into the pit. They land in the flesh and it gets sucked underneath.
Oh, it's fucked up. Scrapspinner is he's gonna crouch down again, and he's gonna try and send a message again.
It's worse now. You're a bit closer. You don't have the bar anymore.
This is where it is. This is where it's all happening. Right here. And the pylons on the horizon.
Yes.
Those were the ones that the I'm gonna keep saying collective. I know it's their name right now, but that was the collective's work. Yes, the Huron's work, right?
Yes.
And so they're building more because those weren't there before. And he definitely can't go over to there because they hate him too. Man, I should have made friends. Granted, I could still just leap down the hole and punch everything to death. Granted, I could probably just outrun them. Maybe. Oh, there's an idea. Scrap will begin taking a series of scandalous photos. No, of photos of the situation and other things, of the close-up shots and everything.
Okay.
Of all these guys.
What's the closest to a luck stat?
A D20?
Yeah, roll. No, I feel like that's bullshit though. Never mind. Continue.
I could do technology.
Sure.
Oh, I think awareness would be closer to a luck stat because it's that that sixth sense sort of thing.
What's the senses?
No, you know what? Just continue as you were.
Oh, okay. Then I will continue taking pictures. I will make sure the flash is off and that it doesn't make a little shutter sound.
Okay.
Because that would be a really dumb way to die.
Yes.
What happened? You left the flash on.
So you're taking pictures of these guys as they're moving stuff through. And like it's obvious these aren't like regimented in any way because like they'll like go through the door and like bump into each other, like scrape along walls and stuff sometimes when they walk, dumping the shit into the middle. But it seems like an endless supply almost. They're taking it from all over the base. And these pallets are like identical. Well,
Now,
some of them are
pallets,
identical.
The pallets themselves, do they have a feeling to them at all, or are they just
No.
They're just stuff?
Yes.
Can I swipe one?
Okay, so you want to leave this area and go to one of the buildings that they're grabbing stuff from?
Yeah, and grab one of the boxes, and then get out.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, is there any way you want to do it specifically?
No, I just want to, get in, get out, see if it's
Okay.
just if it's,
So-
it's a whole if it's a crate full of steaks, then I know what they're doing. But if it's a crate full of guns, then we have a much bigger problem.
Yeah, so make a stealth check.
Oh no, there it is.
It's their barbecue supplies.
Yes.
It's full of aprons that say "Kiss the Cook," but "Kiss the Cook" is written in blood. Oh my god!
Wow.
Very cool.
That's amazing.
Struggle of
Okay.
being confident today. Oh dear.
So you
That's
get
12
Stumbled
points
onto
in stealth.
Ohio party favorite.
12 points of stealth, and they have 1.
That's amazing. Oh, I
You
love
can
I
always
love
hero
goons.
point it if you really don't want to be caught.
No, I kind of want to see what happens.
Okay. So you work your way down to this warehouse that they're moving through. You kind of wait for the last one to kind of shuffle out of the room, go down. Do you just want to grab one of the crates, or do you want to open it right there?
I'll grab one. I can always open it.
All right.
How much does it weigh? Like ballpark it.
Ballpark maybe like 200 pounds.
Fuck, those are heavy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could lift it. I just can't teleport with it.
Yeah, it's heavy.
That's pretty dang. That's a hefty box.
Okay.
Would there be a way to get out of here easily?
Yeah, so it's like, that's a hefty box, can't teleport this. Is there a way out? And then the door opens.
There's a dude there.
And there's just a dude there, just like standing kind of head inclined, a bit of the pus kind of going down the front of the chest piece. Its head kind of cracks towards you. And then it just lets out this horrible, like, sucking cry.
Oh,
Sounds like
shit.
wet and shit.
Well,
And it just starts. It's
Good.
like it's pulling itself with its left leg as everything else is like dragging behind it towards you.
well, good thing that I didn't know what's in these boxes, because there's a box heading at him now. Oh, strength worth.
All right.
I mean, if it breaks, I answer my question.
Oh, it'll break. All right.
But this is I'm not gonna fight out the whole base on this one, so I'm just gonna throw it and run.
Okay. So make a throw.
I am throw. Oh,
I
well,
definitely
okay.
hits it.
And it's 27. So same as strength.
27. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So you hit it. Both it and like you take the top half of its torso off, and the box explodes, and you can see kind of showering all over everything. It looks like weaponry. So it looks like maybe there was 3 assault rifles and a large quantity of bullets that now go spilling all over the floor.
Oh, that's fucking bad. Okay, out the way I came, like upwards and out.
Okay, so you get up to the top, and you can hear the same kind of slurping cry coming from all around the military base, and you can see like all surrounding you. They are like they've dropped all their boxes and they're just rushing you. Some are like picking up like tools, and one of them looks like it's opening one of the boxes.
This isn't cool. This is the flood when they have the guns. Path of least resistance. There's got to be just one point where there's just as little as possible. Or as few as possible.
There is. There's one way that like goes up, and there's a ladder to one of the rooftops. But
right,
and there are 2 between you and it.
I'm literally escaping the flood here, so I'm gonna go up and out. I'll punch one. I mean, because they're in my way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just right. I actually used the actual thing this time.
That hits it all right.
But they have good toughness. So you roll a 23.
Yeah, they have a pretty good toughness.
Oh, thank God.
No. Okay. So the first one just gets crunched, and the helmet just caves in. It falls over, but as you kind of like step over it, you can see it starting to get back up.
Well, I have takedown. Could I take down the other one?
Yeah, actually you could.
Oh shit.
And this is parry. I believe that's still that still hits.
Okay, good. If he's okay.
Okay,
But still,
and
like,
the other one just gets donutted through the chest.
Just punch, run.
Oh shit! Actually, wait a second.
What?
Some things happen when you hit
No,
them.
they don't. Stop that.
I forgot. So here's for the first one.
Oh, it's pus.
And that shouldn't be fortitude.
It should be toughness.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like fortitude. I should be fine then. All right, let's see here. Dodge DC. So it's AOE. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, is it? Yeah.
it is.
So this +5. Okay. Well, that
Okay,
has
no. Let's make
No,
a DC 25 toughness. Yeah.
tough.
And second one, which is just the same thing.
This +5. Oh, hey, I did it.
Hey.
And so it's a 20 though?
Yeah, take 20.
Okay.
Yeah, no big deal.
But it's still gross.
Yeah, like you get splattered with stuff. It smells awful.
But up and out, just
Yeah.
rooftops, teleporting.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like the first one you cave in its head, falls over, and then starts getting back up. The second one you donut through, and then kind of like grabs at you as you have to like shove it off, and it falls over.
Punch the first one. It's like, oh, that sucks. Punch the second one. It's like, why do I keep doing this?
All right, and you can make it across the rooftops, and like just as you're going away, like looking back as you run, you can see just emerging out of the doorways of the sinkhole room is this horrifying thing. It is a disgusting amalgamation of metal and flesh.
For a
And it just
split
kind
second.
of, yeah.
Crap is like, I could just turn it around and run it towards the pylons. No, they'll fight themselves, and then she's gonna keep running.
All right. And you keep running.
And I'm trying to send the message. Only it says they have guns.
Okay, so you are running back towards the base,
It's gonna
and
take some time.
yeah, so you move. You're running back. You're moving at a high speed. Everybody else, back at the base, you've been having a fine time, and it looks like Dex has actually managed to. Sorry, they should probably stop. Dex has actually managed to finish the rocket finally, and he's invited everybody to gather around as he launches it off the base. He's pretty proud of himself. Everyone, like a bunch of people, have kind of gathered around.
This will be fun.
Yeah. Some people like shouting mean things. As he gets like loaded, it looks like he's been rendered unconscious of some sort of drug. As he's being like levitated into the ship. Everyone's just fucking angry as he gets thrown in there, and he's like, "All right, any last words?" And a couple of the guys just like spit and flip off the rocket, and he's like, "All right." He's like, "Well, if we don't have any other objections," his hand just kind of hovers over the button for a couple of seconds. He looks around, and then he's going to slap that button.
Yeah.
And it is just going to launch off incredibly quickly. It's obviously put no thought into the G-force of anything. As it sails up, it's a very nice looking teardrop-shaped rocket, heads up into the sky, and as it kind of glitters in the sunset, we're going to go back to Scrap. And Scrap, as you're running back, you see things that you did not see on your way there. It looks like they've come in on a path separate to yours, but they are definitely heading towards the city. And likewise, everybody else, you hear this a bit quieter, but you hear it too. A sound that you haven't heard in quite a long time, but you recognize nonetheless.
Uh-oh.
And you can Scrap, you can see forms of the walkers loping their way towards the breach as the rocket sails up into the sky, and the flesh swarm the hills behind you. And that is where we are going to end the session.
Dun dun dun.
This is a bad day.
Yes. Okay.
I just had the sword.
But now you don't.
I don't have the sword because
Because
yeah,
Pirate
you had a
Fist-
sword, you could like what? Kill a couple of the soldiers' flesh.
No, I just bury it in the giant thing in the ground. It's big enough. I'd probably hit it with an untrained melee check.
Oh yeah, just casually drop it in and let it have it.
Wait, why would I drop it? I hold it in my giant metal hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody gets a PowerPoint.
Yay.
Woo! I can finally
And
my fences.
as you can guess, the reason why this didn't have any real combat in it is because you're gonna have combat for like the next few sessions straight.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
You are going into the penultimate fight.
I'm so glad I bought that self-healing.
Yes.
Ooh, very nice.
Great. I'm about to figure out how to use my 5 PowerPoints.
You have 5?
Yeah.
You could do a lot
Damn.
of that.
If I may make a suggestion, drop it all into that healing spell of yours. Because
I
If
should
you
make
get
like an AoE attack.
if you can get that healing up to I don't remember what it is cost per rank, but I mean right now you have
It might be
basically
one.
a 50-50 chance of being able to only heal just one thing. If you can get it up to at least a 10, then you're guaranteed to heal at least one thing, and at least a 50-50 chance of healing 2 to 3 things. Like I bought 12 ranks in self heal, so
Yeah, I know.
if I roll at least a 3, then I can get 2 heals or heal 2 things on myself in one round.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm not thinking of getting anything special or new here. Just like, yeah, I'll make my defenses that level now. That's simple. Wonder what Scrap's gonna do. You got points,
Immunity
right?
aging.
he's gonna spend his last points onto immunity aging. Here we go. That's what he needs on the final battle.
Yeah. I mean, I have
What a-
points in it.
It only cost 1. Why doesn't everyone have this? No. I don't know what I can do with 1 point.
Why aren't we all just playing elves? I don't understand.
Goddamn elves! Ah!
What do your elves' eyes see? Villainy. I can get a point of regeneration, I guess.
8 points, so you heal one wound per minute.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
nice.
honestly, I thought at the end there, Fui, that you were about to say, like, Scrap, you see something you've never seen before. A rocket coming from the city.
Coming right towards you. It turns out they
towards
had
the field.
No. Flesh in the disguise. There was an attempt, literally.
I could probably just put, oh god, if we're just saying combat, I'm like, I could put another point and extend it in my senses. That way I'll be able to detect them. Oh wait, no, what if you fighting them the entire time? We'll know where they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
I could probably get an advantage, honestly.
As far as what's going to happen next time, I can only hope that task forces are fit enough to keep all people from becoming robots, but at least keep everyone safe. That'll be interesting to see how that results.
It's interesting that Walker is the Orgus's plan to gather all the people. That Walker we encountered all those many sessions ago.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
there's more than one.
Yeah, that's what I'm
There's like-
saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder how
You-
Carrera's reacting to that.
Probably badly.
So, question for you, Fui, and I don't know if you're going to answer it because it may be a GM thing. Was
Mhm.
Mordhouse supposed to be still involved so it can be part of the defense of this?
I shall not reveal that.
Okay,
These are
because
these
it
are
just
after questions.
hit me later. It just hit me as you saw in the middle of the session. It's like, oh crap.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, now that Mordhouse doesn't care about the city anymore, probably all those fwaps and all that have been moved out, and the forces that were here are drawn down, and
There are definitely fewer of them, but they're still there.
yeah, but not nearly as many as if Arsenal were still around.
Definitely not.
I could definitely see them doing the rich person thing of, well, world's ending, I'll just buy a bunker.
Yeah.
And then like they just dig through, and it's like that was a good joke. Let's see.
So we're up for a couple of exciting sessions.
Oh yes.
The sword of destroy the soul of something is still technically in play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
I'm
Let's
super
see
excited.
if we can end the entire campaign on a TPK.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what I'm planning on. Well, at least I will get to, feel the grief of everyone else dying. And billions and billions of people.
Like I'm
Well, no, so
alone.
you'll die first as usual.
I'll just have a heart attack from anxiety, that's fine.
It finally catches up to him after all this time. You're just like, oh, that kid, and that's it. Like
Gosh,
Firebrand.
I probably should have said that when, Arc Flash came over to Firebrand and said, we're all screwed, aren't we? I honestly should have just responded, it's like, millions of people are about to die and it's all my fault. And there's no way I can stop it.
Let's
Well,
go
he would
get
have
a
disagreed
drink.
with you there. It's not all your fault. It's just, I mean, it's not like you
No,
personally
every person
portals.
that dies is my fault. I'm the god.
Oh, and by the way, if I ever get to play another superhero game somewhere, I am very, very, very tempted to play my version, a version of Firebrand, just because the character's so amusing.
Yes.
Sweet. I've been
I'm
trying to
talking
think
about
of
the
what I would
Necromancer.
do next, and probably some kind of mech suit thing.
Mm.
No.
So of course we're just trading places there.
Yep.
Of
Wait,
course,
what's
I'm
the next?
thinking more mobile suit than I'm thinking Iron Man suit, but still.
Yeah, you're thinking like actually huge, increased size kind of thing.
Genetically
I'm thinking
augmented baseball
rollerblades on my
player.
giant robot.
What if it was tire treads or tank treads on it? There we go. We're done.
Yeah.
I've seen the intro to Terminator 2. I know how this works.
What can I get immunity wise for 1 point?
That would be amusing. Okay, honestly, Griff, we need to see if we can coordinate that. We had to get somebody else to run a superhero game, and then you play a version of Arsenal, and I play a version of Firebrand, and we look at each other. It's like, do I know you?
You feel really familiar for some reason.
And I will play a real player character. Yes, it is me, not GM.
I suppose
What's
that's
your
something
name?
to throw Thetis way. See if you can find another person willing to run Mutants and Mastermind.
Actually, that would-
I'll be the GM.
Oh, sweet.
Actually-
there you go.
If we perfect do a reality altering power base, and your character name is not GM,
Not GM. It's just like,
but you manipulate the entire world around you.
yeah, it's just like gets punched in the face, but I succeed on the toughness.
I was
It's just-
actually pondering how to do a character sort of like that.
Yeah, it just
There
punched
was
in
some
the face.
new game that came out recently, which is you hop between realities or something.
Yeah.
I was like,
The
how
Control?
can you do this? All
Oh
right,
my
so you have a
God.
character, they have immortality, but every time they come back, they're a different person from another reality who's in the exact same position as they are, with the same skill set and everything. They're all aware of each other, and they're all trying to solve all these problems, and they realize they're all fucked.
A reality bending character would be great if you call it not GM. It's like, all right, you guys defeat the whatever. What do you do? Oh, you meet in a tavern, and just like all of a sudden everyone's in a tavern. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, beautiful.
Actually, no, that's how you start the whole thing. Again, playing a sci-fi sort of thing. You have the reality war person. He shows up in the world. I'm bored. Well, what's the way do we always start? How do these things always start? Oh yeah, snap, and suddenly everybody's in a tavern.
Wait, so you're just Q?
Q, Mixelplick,
You're just like, oh, someone this mariachi band. Why? Oh, I can. Done. Fuck, 1 point is the worst. And I understand why, but it's like 1 point when you know you're at the end. You're like, what the fuck do I do with this? Hey, wait.
Actually, you could actually, in a way, you could pull that off.
Add another point to dot.
No, my defenses are maxed right now. My toughness is pretty dang high, and the rest of my things suffer for it.
Yeah, I usually always end up choosing to go very balanced with most every single character I do. Like here, this is like the biggest split I've ever done, which is like 9-14.
No, you know what's really horrifying? Making your
What?
attacks, changing the toughness to dodge, just so that's like it's a thing that you cannot shrug off. It would be. I decided not to do this because it makes things insanely OP against tough characters.
Yeah.
The Soulbite Blade, making it a dodge resist.
Oh
Mm.
I
god,
would have
yeah.
died.
But this is
Yeah.
also the same reason why like you have like dodge only options around, like the dodge affliction or something. It's like I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wrap you up, you're a big guy, you can't avoid this.
Like I did with the my anti speedster missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you just? I hate this running guy so much. I'm gonna develop a specific missile that chases him down and stops him in place, so I can punch him.
Yes.
It's honestly the same theory like behind like Firebrand having his Omega punch here, you know? It's like I'm just
But yeah,
like I know huge toughness enemies are a pain, so I'll just have a huge damage attack. What does it do? Nothing. Damage.
Yeah, I think I'll just grab a point of regeneration. That
Gosh,
sounds pretty good.
yeah, but like I said, that's the whole reason why I came up with that missile. I knew that it would, that's why I did the homing too, because I knew going against dodge on a speedster, stupid. But I could figure I could just, instead of each round being a one shot, I could sit there and literally stack missiles against him, and if I had to, make him make 3 resistances a round from not getting hit.
Yeah, homing, secondary, and other things like that are all really underrated. Trigger is one that I always like to think about because like,
Trigger's
hey, I'll
so
just set up a
expensive.
minefield.
So expensive.
Trigger's the one you see
Trigger's
in a book
the
where you get
inexpensive one. Reaction's expensive because you
Reaction's
get to just
expensive.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
I've made a couple minefield characters. They're really cool.
there's one thing that's kind of bugged me recently. I've started looking at I was looking at like a weaken attack, and I'm like, oh hey, you can make a grab base, but then it says like pretty much do it like as soon as you make a successful grab. So if you have fast grab, like you punch someone with an unrelated ability, and then you succeed on the grab, you then immediately accorded to straight crunch, like no GM
Mhm.
whatever. You get to immediately do your weaken move, which is crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing
you can link
is,
attacks like that. Combos are cool,
Yeah.
but they're expensive.
well, no, he's saying that because the way it's set up, you wouldn't have to do link. It would automatically happen because you
Yeah.
trigger it. But say you could just get around it and say, I'm just going to link that. Instead of doing it that way, just link those 2 powers.
Let's see where.
And
This
then
is
the
another thing
GM
I gotta do next character I make.
Grab base is a negative. Let's see here. Yeah, attack effect of this flaw requires you to successfully grab a target before using the effect. So let's see here. So the example is that the guy uses a grab attack, grabs him, and then uses it like right afterwards. So with a fast grab, it's just like punch, grab, use. And you're like, oh fuck. So if you're weakened with toughness or strength or something, you could just be really mean.
Well, when I first built Zoo, if I'd wanted to, and of course if we had let me, I could have literally reduced all of their physical stats in one attack.
You just
Pain.
punch them, and then all of a sudden it's all gone.
And I also had it set up so that it would progressively get worse on its own. As long as they didn't make a save, it would continually get worse.
Oh gosh, Omega Affliction. That's another thing I haven't done yet. I have
What's that?
a perception range AoE affliction that is insidious, so you don't know it's happening. Innate, so you can't get rid of it. Unhealable. Persistent. Progressive, and all those other fun keywords that make it terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You're just around me. You die eventually.
I just like making damage insidious.
Mhm.
So it's just like, oh, you don't even know that you've died.
Gosh. For a second there, I really thought you were going to go anime with the swords last time. It's like, you're already dead, and then turn around and someone falls apart.
No. No.
That would have been silly, but fun.
I think noticeable's just as good because it's just like you're dying.
And it's a free point.
I know, but free point too. Like why not? The flamenco dancer I made that had like a giant AoE affliction, which made everyone dance. Like his was noticeable because all of a sudden everyone starts dancing, and he has what was it? What's the like the weaken but on like not nullify, but it worked on like machines mostly. I think it was nullify. I had an area
Weaken.
nullify as well, which made it so if anything had a radio or access to a radio, it would just blast music. So he would walk into like a place full of computers, and all of a sudden they just click on like YouTube, Pandora, and they just start blasting music. Oh god, that was a fun character. It's super dumb, but the dance did work on robots, so that's a good thing.
But then did they make him do the robot instead of the Macarena?
No, they just dance however they feel like, man.
Okay.
However they felt in their soul.
They dance if they want to. They can leave their friends behind.
But bring your friends. Have them dance too. Don't leave your friends behind. What are you, a jerk?
Well, if your friends don't dance, they're no friends of mine.
That's why I make them dance. All right, everybody. I got friends telling me to stop playing games and go play games.
Okay, go play games.
All right,
Wow,
man.
you play games? That's lame. All right.
All right,
See ya.
catch y'all later.
See you guys next week.